Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie return for an encore, reminisce about the simple life. Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie return for an encore, reminisce about the simple life. Portrait of Anika Reed. Anika Reed. USA Today. Life isn't quite so simple anymore for Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. The two socialites turned businesswomen, both 43, have separately created empires in fashion. Richie's House of Harlow brand music. Hilton is a successful DJ with a new pop album, Infinite Icon, television, Richie's comedy series, Great News, and Hilton's reality Turn On, Paris in Love, and beyond. It's a far cry from the 20-something OG Nepo babies on one of the OG reality shows, The Simple Life, which transplanted them into rural American towns and revolutionized reality TV with their blonde ambition and antics. Hilton and Richie reunite on screen more than 20 years after their hit Fox show for the 3-episode, Paris and Nicole, The Encore, now streaming on Peacock. We were both just in a place of saying to ourselves, we really loved doing that show. 20 years feels like a perfect time to celebrate it. And let's do a reunion, Richie says, seated next to Hilton. They traded sunny Los Angeles for a floral green room backstage at the Drew Barrymore show in New York, from where they call in. Paris had sent me a photo of this little boy who was 3 when we shot with him in Arkansas, who is now 23, Richie says. The two got together and talked about how we felt about the possibility of honoring the show's 20th anniversary. We've been asked to do a 10-year reunion, and we've been asked to do it all over again, which you simply can't do in a smartphone, social media era. Richie says in plotting a reunion, they agreed on a nod to The Simple Life. The show, which premiered in 2003 and ran for 5 seasons, thrust the childhood friends into the real world, forcing them to milk cows, work at Sonic, and wear camo. It also made them incredibly famous. It's transcended the early aughts and found its way to modern day, as moments from the series became viral TikTok fodder and younger generations adopted the pair's Y2K fashion. In Encore, they revisit Altus, Arkansas, a destination in season 1 of Simple Life, bringing adult versions of their hijinks to the town's residents, dive bar Alligator Rays where Richie infamously poured bleach on the pool table, and, of course, Walmart. The show was so much fun, so carefree, so wild, Hilton says, and just looking at my life now, I've been through so much. I've grown so much as a person. They still bring a zany, madcap energy to Encore, as they embark on creating an opera around Sanasa, a made-up word and song from their youth made famous on the original series. I think the world would be a better. The reunion is mostly lighter fare for Hilton, who's taken on political advocacy since her 2020 This Is Paris documentary revealed the abuse she says she faced at a Utah school in her teens. But a rift between the two friends during and after Simple Life was widened, in part, by unrelenting tabloid media place. If everybody Sanasa Ed, Hilton says. Let's throw ourselves in a world that we don't know anything about and go up for another adventure, Richie says. Participants often look to the camera, wondering if they're getting Simple Life, Ed. As with the original, Hilton and Richie are always in on the joke. The media was just so toxic in the early 2000s, and they loved to invent stories, exaggerate, create rifts between people, and feuds. They loved pitting women against each other, and Nicole and I were always targeted by the media in those ways, Hilton says, calling it painful for people just to be making up so many stories all the time. Well, Richie pauses before getting serious about their falling out. It sucks being separated from somebody that you love, and so I think when you really hear about someone, you always find your way back, because it's not fun being apart. Richie, the less nostalgic of the two, says she hadn't rewatched the show before texting with Hilton. But now it puts a smile on my face. When I see these younger versions of us, I'm just looking at the look in our eyes. We did not know what the next day was going to bring. What a fun time to be in your early 20s, to just not know what was coming your way, but knowing that you were with your friend and you were going to take on an adventure and do it together. The Simple Life is very, very special to me. I love watching it with my husband Carter Room. I love watching it with my kids, Hilton says. My baby Phoenix, he loves just singing the song, Sanasa, now. And it's just the cutest thing in the world to hear him sing it.